So anyway, so I'm just making some nice and beautiful music over here. I'm making my first radio show, and I'm learning to just keep going with myself over here. So let's have a look over here. So I wanna create nice and beautiful music, and I'm learning how to create music, guys. I'm learning to go ahead and record this. I say, guys, so that was my nice and beautiful track, I Techno, and now You Got Me, Babe. I'm learning to just over here. I'm learning to grow myself over here. I'm learning how much more I need to do and how I need to go and grow myself differently. But it's more how I feel. That no matter what, I'm learning how to do certain aspects of life over here differently. I'm definitely doing a great show for myself over here. I'm learning how to do this. See, let's have a look. See, now it's Orgasmtopia. I see straight away now I need to go and just keep going. I have Orgasmtopia over here, and I'm learning to do greater for myself. So let's have a look over here. I see, guys, so that was my track, You Got Me, Babe. And now it's time for my nice and beautiful track, Orgasmtopia. I'm learning how to do my radio show, guys. I'm doing a different sign of doing everything. I'm learning how to do this. So it does take effort, but that's how you guys have to become someone like this. So let's have a look at this. See, now we're talking over here. I'm learning how to cross-automate volume to make a music track over here. So let's just copy value and let's have a look. So I'm learning how to do this. So let's have a look. See, so I get the gist of making my music tracks over here with different artifacts and different editing softwares, but I'm learning to understand that it's much more how it is. That I'm learning how to come up in a nice and beautiful dictionary over here. So I'm learning how to just let it be. I feel like no matter what, I just let it be that way. I feel that no matter what, I feel like just doing it. I see it's much more how it is. And now I'm learning very quickly about understanding how to dwell upon my radio show over here. I see it's much more how I feel. I need to grow myself, and I need to upload this into UCut, and I need to describe exactly what track is what, so that I do my best job editing and doing the tools and stuff like that. So I want to give it a go. So let's have a look. I'm learning how I can do that via my way of life over here. So let's have a look at uploading the techno set online. And it's much more how it's different. I'm learning how to give effort. But while that's uploading, I want to go and listen to my track, Ophelia, because I just made it today. I'm learning to go and do that for myself. So let's have a look. I'm doing different stuff over here. I'm learning to grow myself differently, and I'm helping myself to do better. So let's have a look at what I can do to succeed. I see, so what I want to do is I want to listen to my track over here, Ophelia. See, Ophelia. See, let's have a look. See, anyway guys, so what I'm doing now is growing myself to the best position I can. I feel like understanding something that I deserve to do better, and I feel like I'm growing myself over here. So what I want to do is upload my content into YouTube, and I want to invest my time doing that for myself, so I can increase my legacy on YouTube. And I just let it be that way. I'm learning how to develop myself differently, and I'm developing my heart to be healthy. And it's never too late. So it's never too late to grow yourself and to be the best version of yourself, definitely. So I'm learning how to experience a great life for myself, to grow and to learn how to develop myself. So I need to definitely improve myself. So what I want to do is learn how to understand something about life, that I'm learning very quickly about life and how to grow, and I need to experience talking more words over the cravings for cigarettes. And I'm learning how I never crave cigarettes. I just go through being healthy, and I'm learning how I can do it. I can free myself from cigarettes. And I've done it before, and I'm learning how to understand something, that I'm not addicted to cigarettes. I'm learning how I'm just growing myself, so it's much more how I feel. So as I grow myself differently, I'm learning how to help myself to see that eventually I want to be going around the world, traveling and making music, and I understand something that I'm learning very quickly about life over here. But my mum wants me to settle down with her, and I'm learning how to do that, but I'm learning how if nothing happens about me going around the world by myself, making music and business, then I have to settle with my mum. I focus upon expanding myself. I focus upon teaching myself business skills while breathing, and while breathing is the best art form that you can do for yourself to be growing yourself. I'm learning how I have a long time to go, and I'm learning how my 29th birthday is much better than yesterday. But I've been hit with the coronavirus period, and they hit me hard. And I'm learning how they closed up all the states and travel and stuff like that. And I'm learning how I can grow myself differently, and how I'm developing myself definitely to help myself to grow. So what I want to do is continue my career. I want to continue doing something on YouTube, of course. I want to help myself to deliver greater quality of content, and help myself to see much greater for myself. So it's more how I feel, and I'm learning how to just understand something that the more I make music, the better I get. And I'm learning how to deliver content. But I'm learning how there's only so much time in a working day for you to do everything that you want to do. So do the most important things and make sure you improve yourself. So I do still have energy, I do still have that nice and beautiful life in me to breathe. And luckily it's early for me. But it's been 7 days since I've been smoking cigarettes, and I've been escalating the issue. And I have no issues, but I've been escalating cigarettes. So what I want to do is develop myself to understand something that I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm learning to develop myself as a human being. I'm learning to make better editing videos and editing software. Videos with myself in the process of life happening, to deliver content that is much more profound. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I want to do is put energy into it. I want to put energy into making music, and I'm learning how to invest my time. So I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm helping myself to deliver content. So what I want to do is just help myself to speak all day long. But I never need cigarettes, I can stay away from it. I can stay away from cigarettes. And what I need to do is develop myself into the best version of myself. And all I can do is just be my best version. So that's what Jesus Christ is asking of me, and He's asking for me to follow Him and to just be the best version of myself. So what I want to do is a little bit that way. I understand straight away that no matter what, that to go to the pools tomorrow or something like that, I can. But a little bit that way. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how I'm alone anyway. And what I want to do is grow myself differently, and I'm learning the different aspects of life. I'm learning to develop myself differently, and I'm helping myself to understand much more about life. So I love life, and I'm helping myself to deliver content. So what I want to do is be my best version, and I want to reach the 100 goal mile. I want to reach the 100 goal mark, just the 100 years of age mark. But the way I'm going, I'm learning very quickly that it's possibility, and it's a possibility for me to do that. But since I'm actually grasping for air right now, I'm trying to breathe, I'm trying to talk to you guys because I've been smoking some cigarettes today. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to deliver content. But nobody listens to my content, nobody watches me really, except some people. I mean, some people do, but I'm learning how I'm doing far better than other people. And I'm learning how to develop my content moving forward. So all I do is invest my time into uploading my music into my YouTube. And that way I'm learning very quickly about just doing that because it's something that I did create for myself, and it makes some kind of difference as well. So I'm learning out of all the people in the world, approach as many people in the world that can go far beyond me and what I've done. I'm learning how to just develop myself as a human being through words and encouragement and through words. And what I need to do is understand I need to expand my vocabulary. So I need to constantly be improving myself. But for myself over here to make money in terms of business structure, I'm learning that I can do something about it. I can make sure that I can make money online somehow, where I need to make my courses, and now I need to make courses online. I need to make a paid product. I need to make something come true. I need to sell something for money. I need to work for money so that I can work with Jesus Christ, so that no matter what, I'm looking for ways to improve my life and my content. But I enjoy my music, I really do. And I'm learning very quickly about life, so I believe that the crowd will enjoy my music and what I've done. I'm learning how I'm growing myself in the best kind of fashion possible, and I'm helping myself to deliver content, but I need more experience. I need to develop myself as a human, but I'm learning how I expand myself differently, and I grow myself through different ways of improving myself. I love I. I say I love I because I love you. I love I. And I'm learning how to develop myself to never drink beer and to never smoke cigarettes. So I'm learning how to develop myself. I love I. I say every time I touch something accidentally, I say I love I, because I never want to hurt myself. And I'll help myself to understand that I have energy over here to just develop myself. I'm learning how to stay away from cigarettes and stay away from chocolate and stay away from the cheese and stay away from the potato chips and also the sauce in terms of barbecue sauce and all the sauces out there except bolognese sauce. I'm learning how to stay away from most of life. I see what else can I stay away from. I see if you want to learn business skills, then you have to learn what to do and what not to do. I see what you never do is how you actually make a business. So what do I never do on YouTube ever again? I see now on YouTube I have to perform at a better level and I have to develop my life in different ways. I have to practice. I have to practice doing something. But I enjoy walking around my house, and I love walking around my house and just talking to you guys, because I feel that somebody's listening. I understand straight away that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about just developing myself and doing the best I can to succeed. But there's a lot of content to do and there's a lot of content to extinguish. But I'm learning how I'm learning how to understand. I've been going around Australia before, and otherwise I would have been stuck in Adelaide, because that's the most recent way. The most recent way was Brisbane, and I would have been stuck in Brisbane. And I would have went to Cairns, and been in Cairns, living in Cairns, Australia, and learning how people are working and trying to make a life for themselves, and they live in hostels. I'm learning how women find me attractive, but I have to find myself attractive around beautiful women. But the way to actually find yourself attractive around a beautiful woman is to never expect them to give you sex. You understand? I mean, never expect them to touch you or kiss you. I mean, never expect anybody to touch you or kiss you or have sex with you or be with you in life. And make sure you have no expectations other than success in your life. And do the best you can for yourself to succeed. That's what I'm saying. So it's much more how I'm feeling. So I'm learning a bit more about business. I'm learning a bit more about business and how my business works out for me. I'm helping myself to develop myself in a better way forward. So that's how I feel. And I'm learning very quickly about each and every single situation. I'm helping myself to pronounce myself in a better direction forward. And I'm helping myself to move on. I love life. I'm helping myself to see that I have beautiful music, and what I want to do is I want to upload all my music online. Regardless of if anybody's watching me or not, I promise you I have all the time in the world to contribute into life, something that I've done. And I want to be investing my time more into speaking to you guys while uploading my content forward into online world. And that way I'm making a name for myself. But what I need to do to make a name for myself is just upload all my content online. And it's so simple. And I understand straight away that it's much more how there's only so much time and energy that you can give toward your life, but wherever you can go in terms of for free, where you can go and live your life for free to do better is the best way. So I'm understanding something. I'm learning how I need to go eventually into a nightclub to produce my music and to play my music. So I'm enjoying my set so far. I'm learning how to DJ. I'm learning how to do life much greater. And I'm helping myself to improve my business skills. So my business skills is something different. So it's much more how everybody's alone. So it's much more enjoy your life and learn something for life. And be an individual who loves yourself is all I'm saying. So I definitely see how to make music much more, and I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to make quick tracks here and there just to get my life rolling in a different direction, because I've been investing a lot of time into reading, but I understand that Jesus Christ reading is more enough, and it's more that you do what you read and that you do Jesus Christ and what he says for you to do. Because if you follow Jesus Christ's path, I promise you'll find the best road. But Jesus Christ is showing me my mum's house long term and going away from the crowd long term. And I'm understanding that eventually what dies down is the ability to be with other people. So you have to learn how to be with yourself. So it's much more how you have to understand that. You have to understand that you have to do your life, and you have to grow and grow yourself in different ways. So that's more how I'm learning how to earn my stuff and skills and stuff. I'm learning how to do much better. I'm learning how to deliver content. So my mum's calling me. Say hi, mum. So my mum's calling me. So let's have a look. See, so she was calling me. She's calling me again. So hi, Mom. I'm just over here in my house. So anyway, guys, so I'm learning to just help myself to put my portable charger via my phones to charge my phone with the portable charger. So I'm learning how to grow myself in the best way I can. So what I want to do is learn how to deliver myself a great time. I'm learning how to understand, to love my life. So I'm helping myself to grow. I'm learning to develop myself and my ability to love my life. And I'm helping myself to grow. So it's much more how I feel. I'm learning how to understand something that I need to grow myself. And what I need to do is develop more words of encouragement and more words. I have to give more words. I see anyway. See, the more I'm growing myself, the better for me and the more I can do. So I'm helping myself to deliver content that's straightforward, and I'm helping myself to understand something that I only have so much time in this world. But I never had breathing issues. I'm learning how to breathe again. I'm learning to walk myself to a better way of life because I can breathe. I'm learning how I'm gaining energy by never smoking cigarettes. See, smoking cigarettes takes away my energy and breath, and cigarettes takes away your breathing. So I'm learning how to breathe over cigarettes and over the cravings. But it's only 5% physical and it's all psychological. I'm learning very quickly about understanding that it's easy to quit smoking cigarettes. I'm learning how to just go without cigarettes now. I never want to be waking up in the morning smoking cigarettes the first thing I wake up. I'm learning to stay away from tea as well. I never want tea in my life ever again. And I never need tea. I'm learning how to develop myself, so it's much more how I'm listening to my music while I'm talking to you guys, and I'm helping myself to grow myself. So I'm learning how I'm delivering content. I'm helping myself. So every single time I'm helping myself to do better. So I wanna develop myself. So I'm learning how nobody's going to come into your life rescuing you. Because you're all alone in this world and all you have is your breathing. So take care of your breathing and make sure that your breathing is on point. And just make sure you understand straight away that your mother and father are eventually going to pass away from this lifestyle and from this world. So what you can do is learn to satisfy your breathing and learn to breathe extra attention into your body with words of encouragement, and making sure that no matter what that you're learning how to grow yourself. So it's more how it is. I'm learning very quickly about life, so no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how to quickly help myself to grow. So I'm learning how to develop. So I want to be able to grow myself in my wisdom and my breathings. I'm helping myself to develop a sense of authority in terms of life, and I help myself to understand something about life. And I'm learning to understand something that I need to grow myself differently, and I want to grow myself differently. So it's more how I feel. I'm saying it's much more how I feel. So it's more how you guys need to grow yourself anyway. And you need to learn to appreciate yourself in the best kind of way possible. So learn to appreciate your breathing, because your breathing is the art of energy. So if you're learning how to breathe, then you can understand that it's much more of a blessing for you to be able to do so. And learn to develop yourself much more. So I see it's much more how I feel. So I'm learning how I'm helping myself to grow myself. So I'm developing myself over here. And what I can do is understand that my mum never listens to me. And she's very ignorant to what I say and to what my life is, but she also wants to help me. And she does not know what she's doing, I promise you. When she acts like she knows, see, she's faking until she makes it. I'm learning how to grow myself anyway. I'm learning how to develop myself, so I'm helping myself to overcome that sense of authority over here. And I'm helping myself to deliver content, so it's much more how I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I need to help myself to grow. So it's much more how, as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways of improving myself. I'm helping myself to learn how to develop myself and my appreciation for life, and I'm helping myself to talk. So it's much more how I need to grow myself differently. So every single time now I'm helping myself to breathe. I'm learning to breathe again. But I have energy that each and every single breath I do, I'm healthy with each and every single breath I do. That is without poison or cigarettes, and without poison and cigarettes. I'm learning how to have money in my pocket. I'm learning to have health, because health is all you have. So I'm moving away from friends and family. And I'm actually going with family over here, but eventually I'm moving away from friends and family eventually. And I'll be all alone. And then if I'm all alone in this lifetime, then I understand sure that what I want to do is get myself around a crowd of people, and I just want to move back to Australia, and I want to live in Australia if I'm totally alone, because that's the best for me over here. I'm living life. So what I want to do is, if I'm totally alone in life, I want to move back to Australia, because I have the disability support pension to live life, and then I just go and live my life. So that's the plan. I see Jesus Christ is notioning to me over here, and it's much better than this way, because in Germany over there, I'm learning that living alone in Germany by myself is never the way for me either. But that's how it is, unless I have a wife and kids. Now if I have a wife and kids in Germany, then I live in Germany, and then I'll live in Germany. But otherwise, I promise you, if I'm totally alone, I promise you I'll come back to Australia and be alone over here with the disability support pension. And I'm learning how I'm growing myself in the process of life, and I'm living on, and I'm helping myself to develop myself. So I'm learning to outgrow myself differently. So what I want to do is develop myself. So I'm learning how I'm making music, but I'm developing myself, and I'm helping myself to understand something, that I'm developing myself in the process. So I'm learning how to live life alone, but that's the whole point. I mean, the whole point is learning to live alone. I'm learning that what's to come now is going to get worse before it gets better. I'm getting younger over time, but I'm getting physically weaker over time, and I understand that my energy level is going to go downhill from this point on. So the energy levels I have now is far more better than being older, and I'm learning how to save my energy, and to have energy all day long is something that I need to do. So I'm looking at life and I see other people struggling to make a name for themselves. I'm learning to understand something that you can only go so far with branding. But branding's for life, and you guys need to learn how to encourage yourself to do life much greater. So it's much more how it is. So I'm learning how to develop myself, and help myself to deliver content. So it's more how I can never rely on the Serbian community over here. And I see my life is understanding that I'm never living in Australia until I'm alone again. So it's going to get far worse for me in terms of life until it gets better. So I'm learning how to perform and outperform, because eventually you have to understand that energy is a sufficient resource, and your energy levels are getting far more in decline as you get younger over time. And I tend to call it younger over time instead of older. But you guys have to understand something, that life is like that, and you have to develop life. You have to guys, you guys have to develop yourselves to live life to the best of your ability. So I'm learning how to have energy in my life so I can do better. I'm learning.
Is first in line. The Bankstown Vaccine Hub dismantled. Businesses gear up for Monday. Our top doctor reveals there's a new...
So anyway, so I'm growing myself over here, and I'm looking to deliver myself content. I'm looking to help myself to grow, and I'm learning very quickly about life. But I do have energy, and I just need to breathe. I need to breathe much more, so I can grow myself differently, and so I can deliver content for myself. So I'm helping myself to understand something about life much more. So I'm learning. I'm helping myself to just grow. And it's been 2 days, and I created myself a techno set mix, and I'm learning how my energy is. I have more than enough energy to last my day. I'm learning how eventually I need to go working a 9-to-5 job, because I've been doing everything for free. I'm learning how to understand that I need a social media following. I need to work on that following, but what can I stay away from in the YouTube sector? I see it's much more how I keep it going. I honestly don't know what I need to do about YouTube. I asked Jesus Christ, what do I do about YouTube? So Jesus Christ says, keep going. I'm learning how to understand that I'm doing a great job for myself, and I'm not a smoker, so I'm helping myself to do a greater job. So what I want to do is learn to love myself over here, and I'm learning how to develop myself as a human being, so I can learn to breathe, because breathing is a part of life, and you guys need to breathe for yourselves so you can actually grow yourself. I'm learning how my life is different, but I'm understanding that as long as I see the road ahead of me, I can do life. I'm learning how life is different from me, so it's much more I need to go and grow myself. So I'm learning. I'm helping myself to recognize much more in life, to deliver. I'm delivering and developing myself, but I see how much there is in terms of life. I see how much there is in terms of life that you have to do, in terms of life to become somebody. And I'm learning very quickly about learning how to prosper and how to love my life. So I love I. and I'm learning very quickly about life, so I'm helping myself to improve. So what I want to do is develop myself in a nice and beautiful manner, and I'm helping myself to grow myself. So that's much more how I feel. But I'm learning very quickly about life and having energy levels and learning to do better. I'm learning quickly, guys, what to do. So that's how I feel. I feel everybody's alone in life. I can imagine myself with 300 billion followers over here in life and how popular you can be, and it can definitely help you, but I'm learning very quickly about understanding to get popularity. But how do I get popularity? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ says, first of all, quit smoking, and then we can look at doing other job. Well, I've quit smoking already. I already quit smoking, so I see so much more how I never need to poison my heart anymore. I understand that. I love I see straight away. I help myself go. So I'm learning very quickly to breathe, so I can do a better job for myself. So what I want to do is develop my life over here. So help myself to understand more about life. So that's how I feel. I feel much more different and alive. I'm learning very quickly about delivering content. And I'm learning very quickly about life over here in Australia. So I see if I never had my mum over here in Australia, then I'd be with my dad. And then I realised something, that without my mum here, actually what I do is I'd be alone and I'd be working, I'd be trying to find some work. And I'd be trying to find some work, and I'd be trying to get into a family life quickly. And that's what I'd be doing. I don't lie. I never believe in the pension of Australia. But if I was totally alone all the way, the disability support pension shall hold me to accountable. I'm learning that. I'm helping myself to deliver content, so I'm helping myself to understand something that it's more how I feel, so it's much more how in Australia over here. I'm understanding my road over here. See, without my dad over here, I'm not saying that if I go with my mum and I'm totally alone in Germany without a wife, then I come back to Australia. I'll come back to Australia, or somehow live in Germany, but nah. I see straight away that no matter what, that I would definitely come back to Australia, because I'm much more preoccupied with Australia anyway, so I can grow myself differently. So I'm learning very quickly. I help myself to do better, but I love my new track, Technotopia. I'm learning how energy makes music, and I'm learning very quickly about life, so I'm delivering content. So it's much more how I feel, so that's more how I need to develop myself. So what I need to do is grow myself in my heart. I need to make sure that I use my portable charger to charge my phones with a long cable, so I can continue to speak and do much greater. But I can go anywhere and speak content into people, because I do have the ability to do that for myself. But I'm learning how I can go and try and make a business for myself while messaging people, and I can try to get people on the phone call to sell them my products. But what are my products? I see, if you do it all for free, then guess what? Unfortunately, then you end up working like everybody else at the 9 to 5 job, making scrap meat I'm learning very quickly about understanding that no matter what, that I'm helping myself to grow. So I'm learning how to love my life. So I'm helping myself to deliver content. So it's more how I'm learning very quickly about how cigarettes drain your energy because it drains your breathing, and breathing is oxygen. So anything that drains your oxygen takes away energy from you. So anybody who's alive is breathing, but there are many people breathing but never fully alive. Danny Milivojevic. So anyway, I'm learning how to grow myself. So it's much more how I feel. I'm learning how to grow myself. So I'm helping myself to just deliver content. I'm learning how to love life, but I'm learning how to understand that I need to be going and delivering content. So I need to get myself in these nightclubs. I need to get myself in the nightclubs and be following music. So it's much more how I feel. I don't like helping myself to keep going with all the music and stuff like that, so I can deliver content. So it's much more how I feel. And I'm helping myself I'm helping myself to be understanding that life is simple and life is growing yourself. You guys have to be talking in an audio program all day long. So what I'm understanding is I'm understanding that my life is going to my mum's house and hopefully making kids and family over there. And now if that's the case over there, then that means I live in Germany the rest of the way through it. And I find my way to German people. And I'm learning how to learn German over there in Germany. I can learn some German now, but I have to learn how to speak German and stuff like that. But I'm learning how to grow myself. I'm helping myself to deliver content. So I'm learning how I make mistakes over here with my set, using my techno set. I'm learning how it's much more how I feel. So I'm helping myself grow, and it's much more how I see that life works. Life works out when you are delivering content. So it's more how I understand something. That life is different. So I love my track Ophelia. See, it's more how I'm understanding to grow and learn how different I am. I help myself now, and that's how I feel. I'm helping myself. I'm learning different artifacts and different ways of doing stuff for myself because I love life and help myself to grow. I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's more how I feel. I feel different, so I'm making content for people who never care, and that's how I feel. I feel they're never really following me and they never really appreciating me and my free work in the finance. So I'm understanding that, so I'm a little bit that way. I'm learning how I need to grow myself differently, so I'm learning how free I am. So I'm free. I'm free as can be. So the next 7 years of my life is going to go uphill because I have energy. So I'm learning that no matter what, I never want to smoke again. I'm learning very quickly about understanding that it's much more how it is. I'm different. I see how other people are going to be traveling in Australia and the world, and how I need to also go and love my life, and I love life, so I'm learning how they deserve it. But they deserve to go around the world because they never smoke cigarettes and they never do drugs. So what I want to do is grow myself differently, and I want to help myself move forward. So it's much more how I need to devote my life into different matters and different ways of doing things, and I need to understand that I have plenty of time to speak words into the world. And I'm learning very quickly about understanding that hardly anybody is going to be watching me, but I'm learning how I'm different. But on YouTube, I do have a presence on YouTube. I do have a presence on YouTube for life. I'm doing far better than other people, and I'm understanding that. I'm learning how I'm holding myself together, so I'm learning very quickly. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm learning how to do better. I help myself to do life much better, so much more how I'm enjoying my nice and beautiful history making over here. I love life. I'm saying straight away that I love life. And there are plenty of people on the planet, but only a few of them stand out really. And I'm understanding something that I need to put more effort into everything. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to move up in my life. So I'm learning how I can make music. I can make music. I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to develop content. So what can I do? I mean, I can just help myself to speak more words. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm not saying that they're honest with me, and I'm not saying that I need to do better. I need to do far better for myself. I'm learning how to help myself life coach people, and I'm helping myself to life coach for myself over here to do better, to document my life, and that's the best I can do. I mean, the best I can do is document my life and wish for the best, and understand something that I'm learning how to be alone. I'm learning how I'm grabbing the habits of people, and I'm tossing and turning in a better way, and I'm learning how to develop myself, and I'm learning how to speak on the phone all day long. And that's it. I promise you must understand to document your life all day long. I understand Jim Ryan at 31 was a millionaire. I only ever dreamed to be a millionaire in this lifetime. I'm already a millionaire in this lifetime. I promise you, in this lifetime I'm already a millionaire, but at the time I understand that Jim Ryan has a better life than me at the moment. And does he really though? I mean, well, Jim Ryan has a better life than me in some ways, in terms of financial stuff, and I learn how I need to read, I need to grow, I need to develop myself, I need to understand that all I read is Jesus Christ these days, and I'm learning very quickly how to just understand something that I'll stick to my own, I'll stick to the way I've improved myself over here. I'm not saying that days are going by, but at least I'm going in a better direction in terms of my health, and health is all you have in life. But I'm not saying something that I'm learning very quickly about life. I've helped myself to develop myself over here, and I'm learning how my mum's going to try to push me into a 9-to-5 work. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to deliver content, and I'm learning very quickly about life, so I help myself to do better, so I want to develop myself, of course, and that's how I feel, and I feel much more different. I feel that no matter what, I have some challenges coming up in terms of 9-to-5 work, and I'm learning how quickly I'm understanding straight away that I need to have my health right now. See, right now I need my health more than ever. Because I see how people don't care about me. I see how people never care about me. I've been putting a lot of effort into my Instagram and my YouTube channel for people to follow me, but they're never following me. And I'm learning very quickly about understanding how Jesus Christ says for me over here that I just keep going and I just keep understanding very well. I understand straight away that Jesus Christ has a massive following already, and it's much more how I'm understanding something that I'm learning very quickly about life, but I have to live my Jesus Christ lifestyle, because everybody gets something different in life. For sure, people never lived my life. For sure, they can never take that away from me personally, because they never had my success. For sure, people never had my success in life. So everybody's different, I love it, and I'm learning how to stay healthy and help myself to understand to keep active. I'm learning to deliver content much quicker, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I want to do is develop myself into a better person, and I want to understand to have all the love in the world to deliver content. So it's much more how I feel, and I feel alive. I feel much more able to grow myself differently, and I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm learning how my life is different, but this is only temporary. This too shall pass. I should God put a test over here for me to do better over here in this type of scene over here, and until they make me work the 9 to 5, I'm not working 9 to 5 until I'm mastering it, absolutely. And the only way I work the 9 to 5 is eventually to make kids, and that's it. I'm learning very quickly about life over here in my life. I'm learning to understand something that eventually my life is going to be living, and I'm learning to educate myself to learn how to achieve much more. I'm understanding that I need to talk to people to make money from people, but it's possible, and I need to have multiple streams of income, and I need to understand how to do that for myself. So I'm learning very quickly about understanding that I need to make $1 online. And first of all, I need to get people to trust me, and I need to have a better life for myself. I love life. But first of all, I just need to live my life day by day, and I understand straight away that time goes by quickly, and I'm learning very quickly that 40 years goes by very quickly. I'm learning how 29 years of my life is already done. I see I was just 8 years of age just recently. I'm learning how just recently I was in high school, and I was moving around the crowd, I was serving people, and I'm learning very quickly about life over here. I'm helping myself to understand something about life, so I love life. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about understanding how I'm moving away from people altogether. I'm moving away from people, I'm pushing myself away from people as much as I can. And I understand straight away that eventually the more I push myself away from people, the more I have to go into people. And what I mean is, the more you go away from people, the more you need to go to people to get help from them to succeed. And that's how it is. Because if Jesus Christ moved away from people, then nobody would know about Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ goes to people to make teachings for free, and he teaches people for free to gain a life for free. And that's it. Once you understand that everybody's trying to do something in life, and everybody has different success in life, so, and everybody is equally successful in this lifetime. I promise you. I promise you, everything is equal. I promise you, everything is equal in this lifetime. So you must understand straight away how I ask Jesus Christ, is that so? I Jesus Christ says yes, because everything has Jesus Christ equally. Actually, everybody has God equally here. So everything is equal success in this lifetime. So no matter what people have been doing this lifetime, actually God's doing better than that. Actually, you must understand. So I see people have been having threesomes in this lifetime. I've never had a threesome in my life in terms of having sex with women. I never had a threesome, but I never want to have a threesome with a woman because Jesus Christ never has a threesome with a woman, and I live a bit that way. And that's my success. So much other people can never ever say that they never had a threesome because I did. And that's it. Actually, I show more success than them. Anyhow, I'm not saying that. So it's more how you guys need to help yourself to develop your life more positively, and you need to show for a better way. And you need to develop yourself in different ways of life. So it's much more how I feel. So I'm learning very quickly about understanding that my 1 hour music tracks is far more, let's say, in depth of what I'm actually pursuing and showing people. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm helping myself to develop myself. So I love to talk much more. But as soon as my dad comes in the house, I need to find a way to just be around him, but also move away from him at times. I need to show people much more silence. I need to show everybody much more silence because I understand, because it feels much better for me to do so, because I'm learning how quickly I'm in life. So I'm learning to give people online silence, and I never reply to people online. And why is that? I understand that it's much more how nobody's really messaging me, and people message me online, they just want to gain money from me and never to build something special. I see straight away that also I have to find myself around a community of people. I left the community of certain people because they gossip about me too much, and I understand that. So it's much more how they talk about me in a negative way, and they're negative on me, and I'm learning to just develop myself, because I never need to be around people who are never really in my life. Really. In a sense, I find myself around a new community of people easily. I can learn how to grow myself. But I do have that community of people online, and I do have that community of people with myself already. I understand that all I have time for anyway is family anyway. So I'm never looking forward to anything other than I'm learning how to grow myself. So I'm helping myself to understand something that I do enjoy music. I do enjoy my music over here. So it's much more how I feel, and I'm helping myself to understand that I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm helping myself understand that you need energy to talk, and you need energy to walk, and I'm learning how they're going to put drugs into me. And I'm learning very quickly about understanding. I asked Jesus Christ, are they going to put me on medication forever? And Jesus Christ says, most probably, huh? Jesus Christ is showing me that there is a chance for me to go off the medication. I have to ask for that. I have to ask. But they're going to take me off the Epilum and medication. And I'm learning very quickly about understanding that I need to grow myself. So I'm doing my best, but I'm not sure how I feel. And I'm learning very quickly about how to get my meds and I follow it. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm helping myself to develop myself into a better person in my life. I'm pretty sure as soon as that medication goes away from me, I'll lose the weight easily. I'm saying that I want to go and I want some extraction in terms of I want to eradicate myself from hummus, in terms of I want to get away from hummus, so I can lose an extra kilogram, so I can lose an extra kilogram of fat. I'm understanding, so I'm understanding that it's much more how it is. I need to eat much better, but that medication they put into me is different, and it does make you eat much more. So I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's much more how I need to develop myself and to a better human being. I need to develop myself into a better human being. I need to understand something about life, otherwise I see straight away that no matter what, that people are going around the world traveling and they make business, and I need to find myself also doing that for myself, and I find myself doing a great job for myself differently. And really how my dog never understands. He tries to vomit in the house, and it's because he never understands what the difference is. So the best way to solve that problem is to never put the dog in the house. A little bit, approximately out of all times I put the dog in the house, around 30 times. Actually, just vomits one time into. So he vomits one time into the floor over here. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm saying something that I'm growing myself in a beautiful way. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So all I can do is breathe now. I can breathe and I can talk to you guys. I can learn to enjoy myself. So it's much more how it is. So I'm learning how to develop myself. So it's more how I feel, and I'm learning how I'm doing better than those who are in some ways. And now, yes, I am. I'm doing much better because I can have freedom. I have much more freedom in my dad's house than the nursery home. And the nursery home is where the nurses are, where they give you medication. It's like a rehab. So I'm learning how the doctors left me, and they really had the last laugh on me, and they're really cruel people. It's really cruel what happened to me. Oh, and they're really cruel to me. And people did this to me. I promise you, I understand that people did it to me. And I'm learning very quickly. As soon as you have a psychiatrist in your life, I promise you, there are people who just want to pound you really to die. Actually, they give you medications, and they fatten you up, and they put medications into you really, and they believe that medications is how you solve schizophrenia. But to solve schizophrenia, you have to just talk more words. Actually, they are stupid people, and they have no idea what they're doing, and they believe very stupid of me. And I'm learning very quickly about how they need to go on that medication, because what they're doing to other people is very cruel. And I'm learning very quickly how that is. I'm learning how I need to develop myself over here. I'm learning to help myself to grow the people. I'm learning how, as soon as I do anything to help myself, I help myself to succeed differently, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I want to do is have more freedom, and I really understand something that my mum and dad want me on the medication, and they want me to be on medications, and they believe sickly of me, and they believe very sick thoughts about me. So it's much more how I'm understanding that they want to help me, but at the same time they're also sick about me. I mean, they're very curious to put me on the medications, and a little bit that way. I mean, yeah, I see medication never did solve anything. I'm learning very quickly about life. I see straight away how I'm learning very quickly about life. I see Jesus Christ, I see poor people on the ventilators. I see Jesus Christ says, yeah. I see Jesus Christ actually understands something we have. I'm asking Jesus Christ, I see Jesus Christ tries to place you on the ventilator to help you live life, yeah? I see Jesus Christ tries to give you that. I see Jesus Christ would try to actually give you a ventilator so that you can help yourself succeed. Okay, it's more like giving, yeah? And it's more to keep you alive. I see it's much more how I feel. So I'm learning anyway, so I'm developing myself anyway. I'm learning how different I am, and I'm learning how 1 hour music is, and I'm learning to develop myself anyway, so I'm helping myself to understand something that I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to grow. I love I am anyway. I'm learning how to develop myself, so I'm not saying to never message people online anymore. Even if they reply to me, because it's never worth it. Honestly, it's never worth to message people online. And I stay away from it totally. And now, how do I make clients? See, now that's the thing. See, that's the thing. I see, I have to message people online to make clients, right? See, that's how it is. You message new people that you've never been messaged before. To ask them to give you the service. But if you go the freeway, then never message them anyway if you go the freeway. And ask you this question, should I go the freeway or should I try to make clients online? I see Jesus Christ says with my following and everything that's happening for us, rarely does anybody want to work with me until I gain more success, and now I understand that. I see it's much more how I feel that doing it for free. I'm learning how I'm developing myself, and I'm understanding something that I'm learning how to understand that when I was giving people free weight loss advice, I was helping people with weight loss. I was doing it for free, I love I am. I was doing it to gain testimonials, and I'm not saying that it never did work out, but if I start doing it for free, I guess my time over here, I'm not saying that I'm learning very quickly about, I'm saying that it's more how I feel. And I'm helping myself to grow myself, but I just help myself over here on the side. I'm saying just the way it is. I ask Jesus Christ what to do. I mean, Jesus Christ says, help yourself and give people knowledge about it. And that's how, I do have $1 billion ideas though. I do understand how to lose weight exactly. I do understand how to exactly help myself over here. And I'm not as fat as that guy that I was before. I'm much more skinnier right now than ever before. And I learn how to understand much better now, but I need to step on that scale to see exactly how much weight I have. And what I'm going to do is step on the scale over there at the Nice and Beautiful Liverpool. There's a scale, so I want to ask every day mental health how, if they, I want to ask them how and if they have a scale for me to step on to see my weight. So I can call up Olivia to ask her. And I'm learning very quickly about life, so I'm learning how to develop. So I'm learning very quickly about learning my way of life, so I'm helping myself to develop. So what I want to do is develop myself. So I'm planning my life, and what can I do in the next few days? I can go to the pools, and I don't feel like going to the pools in person now. I never really feel like going to the pools. I never really feel like going to the pools, but I understand how I can go. I understand I can be there for an hour or two. I can, but I never really feel like going to the pools. I feel like I'm saying something that I'm considering myself inside, and I'm living inside. I'm living inside of my words, yeah. And I'm learning how I have one image, but I'm on standby over here. I'm on standby and I'm learning very quickly about saying my high-end background track is nice and beautiful. Because the vocal really is just the way it is, and it's actually working out. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm helping myself to understand that you have to invest some money into your music production, and I'm learning very quickly about how music production can get expensive. You have to be able to afford everything that you learn, and that you also learn how to do life much better, and that you learn to do much more of a better life for yourself. And you have to understand something that I'm always trying to do a better job for myself. So I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to upload my techno music tracks, so it's more how I'm saying something that I'm learning very quickly how I'm helping myself to improve. And I'm learning very quickly that I need to develop myself and my music production and what I'm doing to deliver a greater certainty of life within myself to do a better job. I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to understand something about. I'm learning how to help myself much more. So it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how I feel. So what I need to do is develop myself. So I'm trying to see exactly what to do, and over the next 2 days I can go to Massive nightclub. And if I go to Massive nightclub, if I actually finish this around 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's see anyway. So finish around 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's much more how I can go, and it's much more how I can stay there until late and then come back in the morning. But yeah, actually does work out for me. But no matter what, I'm learning how it's so much energy to do that. So it's so much energy to go to a nightclub and just dance all night for 6-7 hours while meeting new people over there, but they're usually drug addicts over there at a Massive nightclub. And I'm learning very quickly about understanding that nightlife. And like, you leave at 8 o'clock and you get there early, and you get there at 9 o'clock in the afternoon in terms of the evening, and then music for 8 hours. And it's like, wow, I say it's like so much energy, and plus you lose your sleep cycle as well because of it. I'm learning how I just rather stay home. I'd rather stay at home, because what am I going to do over there? I mean, seriously. I'm learning very quickly, I love life. I'm learning to develop myself, so as I grow myself, I'm helping myself to develop my life. So it's much more how I feel. I'm helping myself to learn to understand, to learn how to do greater for myself. So I understand if I show up and go to the serving community over there, I understand some of them may cause trouble to me. And plus, none of them are in my life, so I never want to go there. Because none of them are in my life and they never care about me really. So what I do is I improve myself over here, because I understand that people do care, but they never care to be in my life. So I'm learning how to never go where people never care about me. Personally, I just need to go and deliver content. So I'm learning how to improve my business skills. I love life. And help myself to understand something that people have to pay bills, and I have no bills to pay. I have no bills to pay, but it's more how I'm understanding something that eventually I'm understanding I never have to pay bills in my life. Because my mum over here has a house, I can live with her. I can live with her and it helps me out. I never have to pay bills. I say, yay! I see it does work out for me. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So because I'm understanding straight away that my mum has a free house over here, and I'm understanding I can live with my mum, and I never have to pay bills, but eventually when I have kids I never have to pay bills. I love how I can live with my mum. And guess what? I'm learning something. I'm learning I opened a new door to my life over here, so I'm learning very quickly about loving life, so it's much more how I feel, so I'm learning how to understand something that I'm learning very quickly about life, so I'm helping myself, so I'm learning very quickly that no matter what that my life is going alone at the moment, so I'm totally alone. So my plan for now is to just go and understand that my life is alone right now, so I'm totally alone, so no matter what that is, meaning that I'll return to Australia at some point in my life and I'll just be here and I'll be in the distance somewhere. I'm learning how to just develop myself, so it's much more how I feel, so I'm learning very quickly, so I'm helping myself in the process. So no matter what no matter what I do, I'm learning very quickly about understanding that I can listen to music now. I love I can listen to music, I can listen to silence a bit. I can learn how to grow myself, but it's more how I feel. That I'm learning how I have energy now to walk around because I'm not smoking. And I walk 10 kilometers a day. And it's more how my legs are not hurting either. So I'm learning to navigate the microsuction in terms of microsuction with what I do. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to understand something, to just deliver my content. So what I need to do is develop myself to do better, and I want to help myself to understand something that I never want to get another surgery, because I'm going to devote my time and energy into something else. I just learned to appreciate myself this way. But life is temporary, guys, and you have to understand life is temporary. Apparently this world is temporary, apparently, so what you do you just understand that you are just here to experience life and then you go in your own way. But life is a roller coaster. And sometimes you have your ups and sometimes you have your downs. But make sure you live in the up way. Or should make sure you have more ups and downs. And that way it makes it all worthwhile for yourself. But some people reach fame and die early. I mean, that's it. Apparently they die early, so it's much more how you have to understand straight away how to live your life. But am I ready to die? Apparently, nah. I'm never ready to die. I'm learning how to attract better breathing skills. I'm learning to develop myself as a human being. I'm learning to understand something that I feel that since I'm actually learning and growing myself in the best kind of way forward, now I'm learning how to read and I'm learning how to do much greater. So what I want to do is grow myself differently, and I want to help myself to improve. But I've definitely opened up much more potential today, because I've done 2 tracks in the past 2 days. I've done 2 techno tracks in the past 2 days. And I'm learning very quickly about how to live my life, so that's how I feel. And cinemas are opening now. I'm understanding straight away that never matters to me, really, because I understand I just do what I can with the car over here. I do what I can with my dad's car. And what I'm doing with my dad's car is just going to the shops over here and that's it. And I live a lifestyle, but what type of lifestyle is it really? Which is some type of lifestyle. I'm understanding how people just randomly post koalas and stuff of family interests and stuff like that on their Instagrams, and they get followers more than me in life. And I have a much more inspiring Instagram than they do. But of course, people never care about that.